Hello everybody all over the world. I'm Sapphire, and this is not my show, but it is HiGPS. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for sending in their submissions, and you are all, of course, included in the raffle. This is episode 62, Heal All the Things, but let's hop into the first replay on Badwater. Starting that now. And here's GPS.
Oh yeah, thank you for introducing me to my own show. That's so kind of you.
That's okay.
Alright everybody, this is my guest, Sapphire. She's co-hosting with me in the beginning here today.
Hello.
This is Sapphire playing on Badwater. And
I think you
I
saw
see-
my name at the beginning, I'm sorry if I didn't.
That's fine, don't worry about it. So, this is your replay, and you're playing Kritzkrieg on offense. And usually that's not a very good idea, so care to tell me why you chose to use the Kritzkrieg?
Basically, when I joined this server, the loadout was down, so I was stuck with it, and I just had to make do and mend.
Okay, that changes things quite a bit, because that means you're like using something you don't want to use, and it's not because you don't know what you're doing, it's just that you can't use what you prefer. So this is actually more of a challenge then.
I would normally use Uber when attacking, of course.
Because as many people know, crits are not very good against the buildings. So now you're going with a heavy and a demo, and there's some medic behind you, which you don't heal. Why is that? You have full crits too?
Okay, well, usually I get a bit tunnel vision when I have got a full crits. I prefer to stick with the target that I've already decided to stick to, so that there's no chance of him getting lost, getting away from me, and, you know, that sort of thing. I can get a bit, focused on the one target.
Yeah, but the nice crits there, you cleaned out a lot of the enemy team. You got the point capture, and now you're
You're
moving
the demo
forward.
man, actually.
Yeah, the demo man. Yes, there is. That's you. So, this episode is entitled Heal Everybody. And we see you're doing a good job of that, except when you're like tunnel vision and crits.
Well, what I tend to do is, once I've used the crits, I go and I heal other people, and like at that point the heavy's taking a lot of damage, so I've switched to him, and then the demo's taking damage and giving damage, so I go back to him and then back to the card.
Yeah, because generally you want to heal people that's taking damage because it actually builds your uber charge faster.
And of course it helps them because they're obviously at the front line and they need the extra buffs and
Yeah,
heals,
exactly.
than someone, say, who's stood at the back.
So, yeah. We see another crits popped here, getting a spy and a engineer, as well as clearing out whatever was down there.
Yeah.
Yes, and now you're gonna fall back. And oh, there's a soldier, not on you, but on the demo man. Interesting choice there. Usually they go for the medic, but then they went for the demo that was overhealed and at full health, and
He did get the medic, sadly, even though I healed him. He took too much damage in one go, so
yeah, but he was using the quick fix, so he doesn't count.
we don't like him.
Yeah, that's true. So, medic's back again. You're still healing the demo man. It seems like the demo man is like the most competent player on your team.
That was how it was. I had to find a server that did replays. I found one, but I wouldn't say the play was so that great. But he managed to kill stuff, so that's why I was healing him.
But we've seen you check your back sometimes as well. That's also going to be a big topic today because spies love to stab medics.
Oh, they do, yeah.
But like I said on my show before, the counter to spy is just turning around.
Someone told me once it's a good idea to turn around every 3 seconds when playing.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a bad rule to stick to.
See, now you're hiding here, hiding from the sniper. As you know, snipers are notorious for killing medics and making them drop Ubers. So now you're hearing medics healing medics.
Yes,
Very
that's
important.
This medic's gonna go a bit crazy now and get attacked by a soldier. So what I do is I make sure that he's being healed and can get out.
Yeah,
That
nice.
meant the heavy died.
Yeah, that's fine, but the medic survived. So you can pop an Uber that's not that good. So you see you're being very defensive here. Your team's not really working together, kind of running in one at a time. You almost died there, so you had to pop the crits. Good of popping it, not dropping it. Very nice.
I just say that like healing other medics is really important, and a lot of new players sometimes like forget that and think, the medic will just regain health on their own, but it's really important. The medic's the most important member of the team, of course.
Yeah, I remember this one guy's like, medic, stop healing other medics. Should be healing a heavy herp derp. Yes, so you're now staying here with the demo man. You try going different paths. It doesn't really work because it's you and the demo man versus their entire defense every time. So now you're trying to go a roundabout, going this way here with the demo man and healing the engineer. And your crits is ready. There's a pyro behind you, but he died to the sentry. Oh, and you get some nice kills there. Doing some spawn camping, it looks like.
Naughty demo man. One thing I will say is, it is really important to heal everyone, but some people play like idiots and overextend into stupid areas and things like that. And if that happens, then don't follow them just for the sake of making sure they're healed. As a medic, it's really important that you are you build Uber and you stay alive. So if someone's playing ridiculously, you don't need to follow them everywhere.
Yeah.
Another thing is it's really good to buff demomen and soldiers, like full health for jumping.
Obviously,
and of course, buffing everyone's really good because it gives you points.
Points.
Healing.
You want points.
You want points.
Points is how good you are. So if you don't have a lot of points, you're not good.
If you buff people to full health, and I don't know how many you have to do, but a certain amount you get a point.
Yeah. I think it's like 300 something. But yeah, but you get points for doing something right in Team Fortress 2. That's the way I always look at points. So if you're a medic and you have a lot of points, and if you don't have that many assists, you just heal everybody. That's good because everybody knows that a medic that heals everybody is loved by everybody. I know, like I play sniper with the Jarati, and if there's a medic, he never heals me. Like he's glued on this overhealed heavy with full health, and I'm like burning to death right behind him. The next time I see him and he's on fire, I will not throw Jarati at him because that's how human treats each other, It's like, I'm not going to save you because I'm a dick too.
I think people think, like snipers aren't that important, but it's really important to remember to heal those, like the snipers and the spies.
Yeah. And obviously it builds Uber faster anyway, so there's no reason not to do it. However, I just want to mention real quick about healing priority. Because sometimes when you heal people, you have people in front of you that's taking damage and people behind you that's low on damage. So what do you say is the most important to heal? Let's say you're healing a guy, he's like in the front line, he's around a choke, and he's taking a lot of damage. And there's a guy that's almost dead right behind you, but he's not taking damage. Who do you think is... this is more like from medic to medic. It's not like any right answer to this one.
Oh, then I would stick with the one that was being, aggressive and heal the one that was getting the damage and was up front and everything, unless they were being an idiot and they shouldn't have been there, and then I'd leave them. And I'd go and heal the people behind.
So that's also when you heal everybody, heal everyone, but heal the ones that are taking damage, not the ones that are badly damaged.
Because the other person that's not taking damage could go and get a kit. There are a lot.
And the thing is, you also know crit heals, right? If a person been out of combat for a certain amount of time, you heal them 3 times faster. So if the guy's on low health, he's right behind you, and you just wait a little bit, and he is careful and don't die to a roller bomb or something, he will do very good.
Yes.
So that's the whole gist of the episode today, which we will be looking at. And I'd like to thank my friend and medic expert here, Sapphire. You can't really see because it's so small, this place, for joining me through Skype from the UK, nonetheless. And you want to make any shout-outs, Saf?
Wore my hat, especially. Oh, yeah. I'd like to shout out to Jerry Sentimento and my friends on UKCS and in Crack Clan. And, yeah.
So, Sapphire, she plays on UKCS. You can find them in Europe, and then you can play with her. And she's a really good medic and a pretty mean soldier. So thank you so much for coming, Saf. Appreciate you. We'll be seeing more from her in the future, hopefully. Yes.
I enjoyed it. Thank you. Have a good rest of the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, that was Sapphire, everybody. A very nice medic, a very good friend of mine. One of the first I made on UKCS. So that was the guest portion of the show, and now we'll go on to the more standard one, because I thought, like, she's a very good medic, she knows a lot of stuff, and hopefully this was the first of many that's come with guest appearances through Skype. Yes. So we'll go on to the next replay, which is from a guy named Stick, and I think it's the same Stick that sent in like the insane detonator pyro replay. He is apparently a very good medic as well, so we're just going to speed things up here. He's going to FK in the beginning. So we're just going to be looking at the way he plays as a medic. And he's going to be healing everybody. Notice the way he turns. Because he heals everybody, heals the pyro, and then he heals the engineer, and immediately turns his back. And he heals somebody, and he turns. Heals somebody, and he turns. If you do this, you will be able to see everything that's going on around you. Absolutely everything. And it's like spies won't be that much of a problem, because you will always see them coming, because you will know which teammates are close and which teammates are, you know, not close, which are further away. So he's going to be using Uber on defense. It's pretty good. Crits is also good, but keep in mind if they pop Uber and you pop crits, Uber wins over crits and any other kind of Uber any day. It's important. And of course, I'm a total idiot, and I forgot to switch the camera because I changed my setup because of the Skype. But there we go. It works. You can see now, and there we go. He turns, like I said before, and you obviously seen. Thank you, chat. It's going to be running around and healing people. And then he pops the Uber on the pyro, gets air blasted back. Not really you can do there. The heavy should just really come and help him in the corner, and that's what we talk about. People not really know what they're doing, because many heavies are heavy players by playing defensively and not attacking ever at any point in time. So you can see, like I mentioned earlier, which you didn't see because I'm a douche and I didn't show you guys, that he looks around so much, because as a medic you can do that. And that's why medic is such a good transition class, because you get to see everything that's going on around you, you get to see how every single class works, and you get a better perspective of what's going on around you, as well as where your teammates are, where the enemies are. And you thought that was a spy. I was not doing a little spy check there with the Uber Saw, probably the best item for the medic that you can use. Free Uber is good. We're going to be seeing that a bit later today in the episode. And you can see he's still, you know, moving around, changing, healing everybody. He knows exactly where everything is, healing the engineers. And also, just by healing everybody, his team knows that he's a good medic, and they don't even really need to call for medic, because he just heals everybody because he looks around all the time, and that's just so important to have. And he has another Uber, and the reason he has the Uber so fast is because he's healing everybody. And like I said, overhealing people builds Uber faster. It's like they're taking damage, so you build Uber a lot faster than if you just glued to one single heavy. And now he's overextending a little bit, almost gets sniped by a sniper. Thank God the snipers don't have, you know, really good aim, otherwise he would have kicked it there, but that's fine. And they've actually pushed the enemy back quite a bit here. And keep in mind, medic is probably the most important class. It is not the most game influential class like the engineer, when you put up, you know, dispensers and sentries and rigs and stuff like that, and you block off the enemy. Medic's more like the class that allows you to do stuff. And right now, they pushed the enemy like so far out of the back. They pushed him back 2 chokes, in fact. So good job there on the medicine stuff there. So he's still just chilling in the back here, healing the engineers, building Uber as fast as he can. Soldier comes jumping in, he sees it, and he's just going to wait a little bit until the soldier comes close enough, and then he's going to heal him, having full control of the situation here, which is also important. Takes a rocket to the feet, soldier, rocket jumps up. I wouldn't be surprised to see him running up there to help his soldier, but he chooses not to, tries to be a little bit more defensive, which is good. And he could be looking around a bit more, but the thing is about spies, as it goes for every other class, you don't really need to check your back as much until you've been backstabbing. He pops the Uber, engineers has an interestingly placed sentry gun, and not really anyone to take that. So he's just going to fall back with the Uber, not able to do anything, but that happens sometimes. But it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the time is almost over, and he wins, and he's so good. Wrong sound. Yes, and the reason I'm looking this way and not at you guys is because the chat's here, because I had to relocate everything, so this is going to be and we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with the screen on the right size. Thanks to the power of editing, everything is fine and dandy and cool and stuff like that. So we just saw Stick being a very, very, very solid medic, healing everybody and looking around. That is what you get at a high level of play. As a medic, you get to see everything, you know everything, and you get a good feeling of how the game flows. This takes a lot of practice, but you'll get there eventually, and you'll be super awesome. Yes, cool. So let's go into the next replay, and I'd like to thank everybody again for submitting all the replays. More replays that ever been submitted to this special episode, and some were trolls, some were good, some were awful, and some were pretty good and solid. So now we're going to look at MC Jigsaw playing the medic here on Gold Rush second stage, and he has a pretty interesting team. They have 4 medics, 2 engineers, and like 2 power classes. 3 engineers, in fact. Alright, cool. So he's just going to be in setup time, and we're just going to speed things up. Until the gates open. We will look at how this guy plays. 10 seconds. Alright, cool. And you might want to see the mouse. Yes, now you can see the mouse too. Cool. Everything is fine. And in order. So just going to run around here and heal the demo man. We're going to go in this area and look at how what it looks like when you play proper. So he's going to be healing the guys in the front, and here you have the Derpinaires building sentry guns without dispensers, because they don't know what's up and they haven't like watched the show at all, especially not the last episode. So here he pops the Uber on the demo man in order not to die from the pyro. Pops it on a demo man. He runs back and forth, and this demo man target still alive. Still doing alright. Putting some stickies down on the feet, trying to get that sniper. And just decides, fuck it, he's just gonna go and pan him. So he's running around. As you see, as soon as he gets in touch with other teammates, he starts healing them as well, because this is MC Jigsaw, that guy without hats. Healing everybody. And one thing you should note as a medic, being on the low ground, right here on the ledge, is pretty dangerous, because even if you check your back, the spy can just jump down and kill you, even if you just check there. So be careful of that ledge. You'll see a lot of medics try to avoid that, but now he's kind of safe because he's like hiding against the wall, and that can save you sometimes, but not always. So we see him running back here, healing the pyro, healing everyone, healing all the things, you know, like it says here, healing all the things, and doing fairly well of that. The attacking team is a bit wonky. They have a lot of support classes. In fact, half of their team is support classes, and they have like 1 power class, and that's a soldier, and they're not going to break this at all. So let's just speed things up a bit. So look at Jigsaw, just him running back and forth, seeing a spy here, takes him out, gets full Uber with the Uber saw, pops the Uber on a heavy, pushing the enemy team back with the 1 powerful class they have, countering that very easily. And he's going to be running over here and healing people, looking around. You see he should be checking his back a bit more, like Stick did, but that's fine. You will get that with practice. Because usually looking the same way as your heal target is not usually the best way to go, because you don't really need 2 people looking the same way. Because people rarely get past the heavy because he'll just shoot them because he's so fat, slow, and Russian. So we see him running back and forth there with the rest of his medic pals, having only engineers and medics for the most part. And the enemy team just being really, really horrible, and we see him running around healing as many people as he can, but you know, when your team is so stacked with classes that have power classes, you are allowed to switch into a power class. And now he has full Uber again. And what will he use it for? He will just strafe back and forth. Here comes the spy. He takes out the spy as well, because keep in mind, as a medic, you have a really good idea of what's going on in the game. So here pops Uber and goes flying for some reason and has nobody to Uber, and he falls back. Sees the spy, uses the needles. Because if you're a good medic and you watch your back a lot, spies won't be a problem ever. Comes another spy. He's been killing a lot of spies, man. It's like the spy killer of medics. He's gonna be looking around here, healing everybody. Engineers finally gotten up their dispensers after a lot of shit. Seeing a spy, taking him out. And seeing how the spy taken out as he takes out the engineer, healing everybody, popping the Uber on a pyro for defense. And again, the team is attacking, and he runs in front of a heavy, and then he dies. Yes, cool. So we have that was MC Jigsaw. Got a lot of good replays from you. Some replays that I got were not as good. I'll be honest, not as good. But will be going on regardless. Here is MC Jigsaw still on Gold Rush, last stage. It's not the second, it's the last stage. And he's healing his team. Looking around, you're gonna see from his first point of view, being very careful, seeing a scout pick up the needles, really be falling back there, which he does eventually. Spy comes in using the Spicicle, and the Pyro should really be on him. That's fine. And he heals a Heavy. The Heavy just calls for medic. He should be shooting those stickies, which he doesn't do. The Pyro just blows them away, and then they blow up because the Demo Man detonated them. And then he's going to be falling back. And he's not really healing anybody, which he should. Goes in and checks a Heavy, and he goes... Yes! He's taking him down, and then he decides to taunt. And then he gets blown to bits. So, not the best choice there to taunt, ever. Like, even if you kill somebody, just go on and continue healing. If you taunt, you'll die. You can do that at the end of a round. At the end of the problem. But at the end of the round when there's no problem, but if you do it before that, it's probably going to be a problem. So, yeah. So let's go on to the next one and look at Kritzkrieg used properly, because in the first replay with the Sapphire, she was forced to use Kritzkrieg on offense because Valve servers had some problem, pretty much. So we're going to go into the next replay and look at Kritzkrieg on defense, still by MC Jigsaw here on Gold Rush, the same stage for that matter. And we're not going to look at all of it, we're just going to look at the beginning. So he's using the syringes to take down the scout. He's really overextending. He's a Demo Man, and Demo Man can't shoot pipes to save his life. And then he just heals this Pyro while strafing about. And the Pyro in crits is not really that good. It's kind of bad. But his team has actually done what you're not supposed to do, and that is to run inside the enemy spawn and die on defense. And that is because the enemy team has so many wonky classes and no medic ever, so they are not able to push. Giving them the ability that they can just hold this position for as long as they want, like they're literally right outside their spawn on their door, and now he decides to stop healing his teammates for a bit, and this soldier is pondering upon something before he fires a rocket. So they're holding spawn, the enemy, pretty good, I guess, and then he's gonna fall back. And heals on people. Yes, yes, full crits. He's healing the engineer, and then he heals the Pyro. Crits the Pyro, and the Pyro just looks at the wall, and then he crits the Heavy at the last part here. And yeah, they're running into the spawn, and there's not that many people to heal because your team is mostly engineers. So he does a good job this entire round, just heals everybody that he can, and pops crits and all that stuff, and everything is fine, and they win eventually because the enemy team was awful and had no medic whatsoever. So, sometimes I get, this is the first time I get a replay where it's like, oh my god, fuck this team, my team is so bad, you know? And Jigsaw in the chat saying it's not a gentleman, it's a gentleman something server he was on, yeah, just now. But this is Alfarius, I think. Yes, he's playing a medic, and he's just like, oh my god, my team's so bad. But actually, his team's not that bad, other than the fact that you have an idiot Demo Man running hot sticky bombs. But you have a couple of heavies, and he's the medic, and they're only 11, so maybe a spy will be a good guy and change classes eventually, wouldn't they? Alright, so he's healing the heavy here. He should be healing the engineer as well to build uber faster, but he doesn't. It's not like Stick that just heals everybody all the time and builds uber insanely fast. There we go, he's going to be attacking. Look at checking his back, you see? Just the counter to spy is, of course, like I said before and earlier, turning around, and that she should be healing the heavy right there, but he doesn't. But you know, just because he turned around, you got to see that spy decloak, and now his heavy died to this Pyro because he didn't heal him, or the heavy was dumb or overextended. But now the heavy is like, all right, go back. All right, go forward. Let's go. Okay, I'll go up here. Let's go. Okay, let's go and get him, medic. Let's go and get. Alright, interesting choice there. You should really go with the heavy. And now the heavy, he barely survives, but he gets taken out because the medic wasn't with him. He was healing a sniper back in the base. So already you get to see that Alfarius, yeah, he's a fine medic, but he doesn't really have his positioning quite down. He doesn't trust his team enough. And already there's another heavy there, and he's like far in the back, and he doesn't even heal him, and the heavy goes down to some bombs or rockets or something. And he's still in the back, healing a sniper and helping a spy kill a single pyro. And the heavy is back, and he's like, alright man, I gotta trust you, probably a mistake on my part, let's go together, yeah? I'll go and shoot him. There's a Spidey cloaking up here, and then it's like, yeah, let's go this way. And Alfarius is like, nope, I'm gonna go this way, you have fun on your own, fatso. Leaving the heavy all by himself, with a slight overheal. And you see this heavy, he's really, you know, going for it. He's pushing the cart all by himself. Alfarius is in the back, now healing him, and he's pushing him, and he's taking damage. Here, Uber is popped. Who popped it? Alfarius pops it, runs in front of the sentry gun, tries to get it, but he does not, under any point in time, Uber this heavy. That would help this push. Because you could twin, like, dual Uber both a demo man and a heavy, and you will be able to kill this. But thanks to this little mistake on the medic's part, that was actually the medic's fault. It's actually your fault, Alfarius, if you're watching. Sentry goes down regardless, but they would probably have survived and killed the faster, and probably killed this one too if he had shared the Uber, but he didn't. Probably because the heavy was making fun of him or something. We can't hear that because the voice is disabled. So now he's gonna be staying here and just waiting for a team to latch on, his teammate to latch on. There's a heavy down there, and he chooses not to heal him again. Right? So you see his team, they're like really aggressive, and like Sapphire said, you reward those aggressive when you're a medic. If you have a guy in your team and he plays heavy or demo man or whatever, if he's really aggressive, just fucking heal that guy, and that guy will like kill the entire enemy team. So we have a bunch of guys that's aggressive here. We have the soldier, he's like charging in, and he's like being a boss, attacking the sentry all by himself, being on fire, and we have the heavy repositioning himself here. We have a demo man shooting pipes. Where's our medic? He was busy healing an engineer, and I was admiring the stairs. And he doesn't even look at the guy that's on fire, and he's like, oh yeah, okay, I'll heal you. Okay, cool, whatever, bro. And he's gonna chill out in the back, running around, healing a pyro. And you can actually peek out here. There's a sniper here, so you don't want to peek out there. Forget what I said. And the heavy comes, and the spy actually kills the spy before the other spy could kill the heavy. So that's fine. Yeah, here you have the boss heavy. Oh man, this guy's fucking brave. But he can't do it because the truck was in the way, and he was stuck in the pyro, and he was shot by one level 3 sentry gun and one level 2. And the medic, he was back here, healing the engineer. Good. Good. Talent. Great, awesome. So we see Alfarius running back and forth, and he's probably raging because his team is so bad, but really, it's not you. It's not you. Keep in mind, if you're part of a bad team, you're part of a bad team, which means you're also bad. You can carry your team a lot, but you can only carry so much. But come on, man. You gotta at least try and be in the right position. He has full Uber, and he switches away, and he hits the spot. He has full Uber now. And he sees the pyro, and he should just be waiting here for his teammates to come. His teammate's there, and he lags, and then he pops nobody, and he latches onto the pyro, and yes, there you go. Probably some antivirus scan starting the moment he Ubers. He goes in and tries to get the heavy there on fire, but keep in mind, heavies are good against pyros, even when they're Ubered, because they're so fat slow, and apparently having this much fat and grease in your body actually makes you burn slower. So yeah, he's gonna go in here and not attack the spy. He's gonna be a bit indecisive. He's looking back and forth, seeing heavy down there. He's gonna be falling back, being very careful here. We've seen him heal everyone but the important classes. So I guess in that fact, he's been healing people, be building Uber, finding himself a pyro. He's gonna be attacking once again, and there comes the heavy. Nice choice here. This is actually one of the best moves he makes, is that he sees the heavy, the pyro's going to die regardless, and he's just going to fall back using the overdose that makes you run faster when you have more than 10% Uber. Or 10% Uber or more, like anything. Whatever. You run faster with it sometimes. That's all you need to know. So he's actually going to fall back here with his sniper, and this doesn't look good for his team at all. This team is, holy goddamn. Alright, they're 12, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 12 is support classes. Alright, and the thing about support classes, if you haven't noticed, if you have nothing to support, they're useless. So, you know, they have one heavy here. There's 2 medics, 1 heavy. Let's go. Alright, the soldier has overheal too. He's healing everybody. He's hiding. Very nice. They're ducking behind there. Doesn't really need to duck, but crits is popped, and then nothing goes well, and everybody's dead, and he pops the Uber on an engineer. There's only the engineer that was left, and the engineer's like, well, I better work on this sentry gun. Yes. And now Alfarius is going to fall back, and at this time I can see that he's a bit frustrated. But yeah, what can you do, man? You have your team. You can tell them to switch classes, but they won't. And he's healing snipers, healing demo men. This is actually a really good spot here, because Spy can just run in and stab him at any time because it doesn't take... Oh, you take this back. It won't work. Keep in mind, turning around will reduce the way you get stabbed by spies by, like, a lot. Especially at full Uber. The spies tend to get you as soon as you go around a choke. That's where they chill and hang out and wait for you. And now he's gonna not attack. And he sees a spy, and don't bother about the spy. Go fucking push with your team. Again, you see this team is alone without a medic, and he is back in the base chasing a spy. That's zapping a sentry gun that serves really no purpose. And he's running up, and now his teammates die. There's some left. You can just, at any point in time, whenever you feel like it, just run from here, over here, and heal them. At any point in time, you can just do that. But you heal the sniper instead, and that's just as good. And then the replay ends because they lose. Maybe the replay, like, it wasn't finished, but the replay was like, it's so bad, it's just gonna end. Anyway, so as you can see, his team was like, fuck this team. Yeah, man, your team was really bad. Which includes you. So, let's look at the next one, which is called bad positioning. Because you have good positioning and you have bad positioning as a medic. And hopefully, like you didn't see at the beginning of the replay, because I didn't show the game, I showed my face, which is obviously so handsome and cool, and with hats on it, that looking around as a medic is really important. So, kind of being like a tourist, and this, you can't really force this, like checking your back like that, no problem. Checking your back again, no problem. And this is Alfarius again, apparently stepped up his game, healing another medic that heals a heavy, very nice. Seeing a demo man here, healing the sniper, going back, you should probably, you know, try and knife that. Yes, he's gonna go for it. Gonna try and get this demo, and will he get it? Yes, he gets one Uber, that's 25% free Uber that the demo man has just given the medic. And now he has crits, and absolutely no fucking body to heal. Except this demo man, which he ignores. And then he's gonna fall back, and you see the demo man is up there, and he's like, I'm having a real hard time, you ran just past me, oh my god, you heal me. And I'm gonna die because of that. And so he dies. Yes, and now he's gonna be healing some people again. Yes, very nice there, Alfarius, running around with his nice Barrett. And yeah, he's gonna be running around and healing people again. Comes the medic, he pops the Uber. Everything's running around and quits, and now he's in a pretty bad position because he's supposed to be up there, and now there's a fat Russian guy in the way. And they pop Uber, and thankfully the heavy didn't see him, so he's gonna run back here and spy check the spy, which he saw decloak in his own color, because that's what you do, just to be sure. And he sees a spy has been stabbing somebody, he knows that was a spy, somewhere, and then he goes, yeah, I'll go get him! Alright, that doesn't work. If you try to, you know, chain stab a heavy with Uber, you only should stab him once and have like 75% Uber when you do so you get 100, and then you hope that he doesn't turn around and kill you instantly. So that's kind of the bad position he was in there. So let's look at a nice push where you switch up Ubers. And what I mean by switching up Ubers is healing multiple targets. Because as a medic, you can swap Uber with anybody at any point in time. You can also stop Ubering them if you're a total dick. Which you, of course, aren't doing this episode. Might happen later. Yes. So we're going to be on offense here with Frostal. A good guy. German, Einstein, Polischein. And he is going to be a medic, and he's going to be healing everybody on his team. And he's going to be switching up Ubers, swapping it up, healing more than one target with one Uber. And alright, Uber is ready to go at any point in time. There's a sentry here, he Ubers, takes it out. It's just that probably it's not that important. Sentry would have died anyway because there's no dispenser to help that. So he Ubers the demo man again, and let's go into the camera here. Let's see, yes, there we go. It's going to be running back and forth. Demo man gets taken out by a bunch of bombs, and now he's by himself, looking oh so fashionable with the 9-pied problem, being a real detective, and his job is to figure out how to get his team not to fucking die all the time. So he's actually gonna, he's probably really low on health, he's just gonna run back in here and resupply and grab full health. And now you should turn around and heal the demo, which you didn't. You'll do that later when you get the whole turning around business up and going. As you can see, he's doing a fairly good job of just running around, not ever being stabbed by a spy or anything, and never ever standing still. And taking cover and just healing everybody. You see, he's switching it up, healing everybody, making sure everybody's overhealed, because an entire team overhealed is better than one guy that's being overhealed. Now they're going in here, and oh, this is a sentry rig here, and oh, this is a bit tricky to take. I'm taking on one thing, and here he comes. Demo man goes in and dies. Scout comes in and doesn't die because he falls back, and then he runs in again, and then he survives. Okay. And he is now forced to fall back. Still building Uber with the rest of his team. Very nice there. Healing both heavy. That's on fire. He has a full Uber ready to go at any point in time. And here we go. Go. Uber is popped. Healing both his target with Uber, making sure that nobody dies. However, this heavy is completely oblivious that there's a sentry right left to him as he's busy shooting the stairs and looking at the ceiling. But thanks to this demo man's awesome piping, taking down that sentry gun, no problem, and finishing it up. Excellent, excellent, excellent work there by his team. And you see, just by switching it up, healing the heavy and healing the demo as they were Ubered, you Uber both of them, you get an achievement, and you drain Uber a lot faster, but it doesn't matter because they killed everything. So he's still running around here, looking around. Should probably check his back a little bit more, but that's fine. He's doing a great job regardless. The demo man goes down to an engineer and he whips out the overdose and he gets killed by a pyro. That happens when you don't check your back, but he was kind of overextending. It was a bit far into the enemy base regardless. So let's look at the next one, which is some more standard solid play. As a medic, because being a medic is the most important class in the game. Not the most influential. Like I said before, that's the engineer with his sentry guns and dispensers. But as a medic, it's really good to transition into any other class, because when you play medic, you get to be part of all the pushes. You see how every single class operates. You decide when, you know, it's kind of like if you've seen Simpsons and you recognize this reference. You live, you die. You live and you die. As a medic, you decide which one should live and which one should die, and the fact that they die because you're not healing them. So this is Dionysos, I think. Yes, Dionysos. First time submitter, I think. He has very solid medic play, going together with his team, making sure they're sticking together. That is also important. He's running around. Should probably check his back a little bit more, but he has a pyro with him, and he's probably trusting him to do all the spy checking. And you see, he's healing everybody. So that's stage 1. Checking your back is step 2 in becoming uber awesome boss medic. And you can see he's paying a lot of attention, just hiding behind here. Medic gets a bit trapped, and then he heals him. Make sure that he doesn't get quick scoped or anything. There's a little bomb there that goes off, and no, he hasn't gone off yet. But nobody takes any damage. That's fine. Healing this soldier here, going 2 medics, 1 soldier. Healing this soldier here as well, because it is really important to overheal the soldiers and the demos so they can jump away and use their abilities to sacrifice health in order to gain momentum and jump around like a bunch of rocket jumping simpletons. So they're on the point here, trying to cap, points capture. They should keep on moving forward.
The control point is being contested.
And seeing a scout here, he has a full Uber. He hasn't really popped it yet. I should be really careful now, especially with that full Uber. Oh, he sees a spy here. Takes him out with the help of another medic. Nice Uber saw there. Keep in mind, if the spy's not disguised but invisible, you still get the Uber. But he has full Uber anyways, it doesn't really matter. Sentry goes up. He's healing the engineer here, and he doesn't check his back as much as he should. And he checks if that's a spy. That's not a spy, so he decides to heal him instead. Devilman just want to double check with his pan, because, you know, pan is the third hard counter after pyro against spies. I mean, obviously. So yeah, let's look around here, and healing the medic, falling back. Don't want to overextend. You want to go in with his team. They have 2 Ubers now, and this is going to be very important for the push and get the kills they need to capture this point. So he's going up here with the rest of his team. And yes, they don't have the point yet, but they have. The other medic pops his Uber for some reason. Maybe he was about to die. He's just standing on the point, capping with the rest of his team, saving this Uber. You see him running around here, looking mighty fine with his hat and mask. That is, yellow. So now they're on the right side here, and he has a full Uber ready to pop at any point in time. You should really go with this soldier that's showing that he is the most aggressive right now, so this is the guy you might want to be Ubering or, you know, healing. So here comes the push. The medic's right behind him. The pyro goes for the cap. And Uber is popped on the spy for some reason, and yeah, there we go. Probably just a slight error there. He pops it on the soldier. Nobody around to kill really except this one pyro that reflects that rocket oh so nicely. And then they're gonna fall back. He's going to fall back and continue to build Uber while his overhealed teammates continue to lay pressure, but he wasn't overhealed enough and he goes down to the other soldier, and now they're forced back here with another demo man. And he just needs to build an Uber up so they can go in again. And keep in mind, you can often attack without an Uber. You just need to be overhealed and confident that you can kill those people. It's called a soft push. It's not so important, but don't completely rely on Uber charge every single time. What happens if like the medic gets, you know, headshot or crit stickied or stabbed by a spy, you know? You gotta have a contingency plan in case something bad happens. You guys can see I'm just gonna call him Dio. Dio's being very careful here. As you can see, he's mostly staying out of the open areas, which like a sniper could be like standing here, shoot through here, and you could be looking through it. There's a sniper there, and you can also be a sniper here. So you see he's doing a good job. I'm not sure if intentionally or unintentionally, just avoiding too much open space, and he's looking in, and he hasn't seen any snipers yet, so that allows him to be a bit more daredevil. You can do that, like if you haven't seen anything, it, you know, can be a bit more reckless. But if you like, if let's say you've been stabbed by a spy, you should be really careful to not get stabbed again. But this guy hasn't been stabbed once, so he's kind of being a bit reckless, but he can do that because the enemy team spy is not here. And here pops the Uber, sharing it, you know, switching it up between his teammates, seeing that is oh so good, making sure that nobody dies. And they die regardless because the Uber wears out, and they just got flunked with a bunch of mini crit rockets. Falling back, and they're on the point capturing. Falling back, and there's a spy here. He whips out his Uber saw and gets the spy, and then the round wins, and they win. Victory! Very nice there, very nice indeed. So let's move on to the last replay of today, which is, well, no, it's the second last replay, sorry, because I'm going to fast forward at the end, which is show you the power of having proper positioning and then using the Uber saw as a medic while healing everybody. Like this, you know. Heal all the things! Because that's important. Healing absolutely everything. Yes, so this is, I think this is, yeah, this is Stick, the guy that has awesome turning around and looking. So he's just going to be running out here, charging the Uber. And since we looked at most of his replay last time in third person, no, in first person, we were looking at third person again this time. So he's using the Tyrolean, looking pretty badass, healing everybody, making sure everybody's overhealed. This sniper is supposed to be in the back, but he's in the front, so you can kind of not care about him, but here he goes. He's gonna hide in the bushes. And it's now with the soldier, and his team is not that many, so he doesn't have that many people to heal. So they're just trying to deny them from going out of spawn, and at any point in time, the blue team could like run out the doors and shoot, but they don't, because they have like 4 snipers out of 9 players. So they're not going anywhere soon. The Uber is popped, and look how he doesn't pop it until he thinks he might die. So he holds on for a little bit, but doesn't hold on for too long, because if you do that, you might drop it. So here we go. Uber was popped. Didn't really do anything, but it was to prevent himself from dying. You know, a dead medic is a useless medic, and a medic without Uber is a medic that will build Uber. So here he comes. Hits 1 with the Uber saw, 2 with the Uber saw. He has over 50%. Then sees the sniper, takes him down as well. And now he has a full Uber, and he's just about to die, and he pops it on the soldier again. Surviving that nice Uber saw play there. However, the enemy team is still just snipers and spies. Just can't really do anything. The soldier jumps up and takes down the sniper because overhealed soldier jumps on you as a sniper. There is not a lot you can do. So he keeps running around and dodging like a boss. Healing this one. He's supposed to heal everybody, but you see he's turning around, checking his back. Because there might be a spy, you know, and especially around the high ground here. Spy can like decloak, and even if you like just checked your back, you still looked into the wall. He's gonna be running around, trying to be as unpredictable. Just look how many times he turns around. There's no way you can sneak up on this guy without him noticing, being that teammate or enemy. So let's say, let's picture this: that he turns around and sees a disguised spy, right? And a spy is disguised as some class that's like dead, and he thinks it's a spy, right? But that means he knows already that there's someone behind him, and he might be a spy. And as a medic, you're always cautious about that, because a good way to check is like the only bad thing about healing everything is that you will unintentionally heal spies, right? But the good thing is you heal everybody, and your team will do really good, and spies will get healed sometimes. So that's the bad thing about healing all the things. But keep in mind, as a medic, you will still look at the guy, and he can't stab you from the front. Kudos if you know what I mean. Because spies can always stab from the back. And now he's healing everybody. His team is grouping up a bit more. And you see jumps. Because keep in mind, jumping is also good for healing. He sees the Demo Man up there. He takes some damage. I wouldn't be surprised to see him heal the Demo Man any second. There you go. Demo Man jump down. You just see he has a really good idea of what's going on. He knows he has his teammate here, and teammate here, and a teammate here. He knows there's 4 of them. And he's looking around constantly to see what they're doing. And now a soldier comes from the high ground. Can't really do anything, so he's launched in the air. And now it's just going to speed things up. You can see him running around. And at no point in time, the blue team will start running out of spawn because they barely move the cart. As you can see, not doing so well, having only sniper, spies, and medics on the team, and 1 soldier and 1 demo man. And he's going to be falling back and do some stuff over here. There goes healing scout, healing sniper. Keep in mind, healing snipers makes the snipers better at shooting other snipers, which means the other sniper will kill the sniper that's going to kill you. So heal snipers, then you won't get killed by snipers. So yeah, we're just going to run around on that, and eventually he dies by some random bowman. They lose. So let's look at the last replay today. I forget which this was. I got so many replays, they were all good. And if your replay has not been shown, it doesn't mean your replay was bad. It just means I found something that illustrated what I wanted to show a lot better. But all of you are in the raffle, and the raffle is probably going to be next episode. So we're going to go right into the last replay here. This is Fossil again, going to close it all up using his Kritzkrieg on defense. So he's going to be running around with his amputator, not using the Ubersaw. I guess that's fine. I guess he wants that. And he's using the crossbow as well, so that means he wants this 1+ extra tick of health. 4 health every second instead of 3. So that's fine. There's been a lot of Gold Rush. I didn't really notice, but I guess that's fine. And not the first stage of Gold Rush, like this stage, for some reason. And he has a really interesting team consisting of mostly snipers. So very interesting team here indeed. So he's going to see him running around, shooting arrows, not really doing anything. And there's not really anybody to because he doesn't have a single power class in his entire team. None. 0. Zilch is what he has. Just snipers, scouts, engineers. Oh, yeah, he has a pyro. But pyro's not really a power class. And you can just see it's really hard to hold it. And here we have an engineer that never builds a dispenser ever. He just stands there shooting shit. And at any point in time, he pops crits on a sniper, kills a heavy eventually, and the cart goes back. And at any point in time, the blue team doesn't have a medic. They have more power classes, but don't have a medic, so I guess it's fine. And this is why. And he goes on for like this for ages. And he kills a heavy at the end of it, but that's not really important. So that has been the Heal All the Things episode. Yeah, cool. So that's going to sum that up. Thanks everybody again for submitting all the nice replays and for sticking through. Special thanks to Sapphire again for being here. And we're going to be talking about what we'll be doing next episode, which is going to be Sniper. Yes, so the only restraint is that you have to use either Bazaar Bargain or the regular stock rifle. And of course, you are not allowed to use the Razorback or the Darwin Danger Shield at any point in time ever in your life. So that, and you can use Girardi, Cozy Camper, any kind of knife you wish. And it's going to be focused on getting the right angle and the right positioning as Sniper, because the positioning of Sniper is really important for how you get good kills, and it's also going to focus on take your time to make sure you hit your shots, right? Because if you shoot and you miss, doesn't matter how many times you shoot if you miss. Better to shoot once and kill than shoot many times and miss. So that's going to be the topic for that. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you next time.